There's even abuse that comes through the healthcare delivery system as a result of that diagnosis. So one such example, we are seeing now healthcare providers order really expensive tests like scans for $1,100 when somebody comes in with a diagnosis of COVID. So those are challenges that we're all dealing with in terms of healthcare expense.
Have we had something put out that tells the employees the difference in urgent care and emergency care?
We do a pretty good job of educating on that every single year. In fact, we also have distributed through Paula some communication.
I had a friend that learned the difference in going to urgent care and going to emergency.
Sometimes you can walk through the main door and the left desk is one thing and the right, it's one thing or another.
And it's sad, a lot of employees don't understand that.
That's right.
Until after they get their bill, it's like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the reason these other people you think are not admitted? Is our numbers out of whack, or are they just withdrawing from the system and just taking selected groups now?
It actually is a combination of things. We do see health insurers cycle in and out of competitiveness, seasons where they don't want to write as much new business, other seasons where they want to become highly competitive. In your case, a little bit of the story unfolds with a 36-month average. So I mentioned that your 12-month loss ratio was 107%. But unfortunately, your 3-year loss ratio is worse. It's 118%. So the trend we have here will oftentimes cause some declines from carriers, but despite that, it isn't just you. It's the market as a whole and market pressure. So I would call it a combination.
Do we have anything like phone-a-doc, tele-doc, any services like that?
We absolutely do. So we have a service called Lyric. It used to be known as My Telemedicine. And you all have pretty good usage here under My Telemedicine. We do this separate from Blue Cross Blue Shield for a couple of reasons. One, it gives access to the whole household, not just those covered under a medical plan. The second reason we do it separate is because Blue Cross, if they offer it at all, many of the times they don't, but if they do, they offer it with a $40 or $45 copay per visit. And what we find is people don't find that to be a benefit, and many people don't have a credit or debit card ready to give over the phone when they need that care. So the benefit that we've designed for the city here is zero copay for the entire household. And you do have good awareness of that benefit here.
So even a person, an employee that has a family member that's not on the health care plan can utilize that service and no copay is required.
That is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. In fact, just to tell it like it is, I've used it for a house guest one time. So they're very lenient with what the definition of household is, and it's a really valuable service at zero copay. Absolutely. So it would be our recommendation, even though we did receive a quote from United Healthcare, I will point out that it came in 30% above current. We also, could have pushed for additional bids, but when they decline, it's pretty much a tell. They intend to not be competitive for your business. So it would be our recommendation that you renew your existing plan with Blue Cross Blue Shield and the health reimbursement arrangement, but instead of an 11.7% increase, it's a 5% as of today. There are other benefits that are also up for renewal. And so I want to talk with you about those today. We have a voluntary dental plan that is with a company called Guardian. And we've been with this plan for a while now. Their renewal is no rate change. So their renewal is of 0%. Again, those premiums are paid 100% by the employees. No budget item here for the city. Another benefit we recommend renewing is also with Guardian. It is a vision plan, and this actually does have a slight increase. The percentage is 5.59%, but in terms of the difference, as an example for an employee, that premium will go from $7.15 per month to $7.36 per month. So the percent sounds worse than the actual dollar change. We would recommend that you renew that with Guardian. On an employer-paid basis, we provide all employees with a life insurance coverage of $50,000 for each employee and $10,000 for spouse and $2,000 for child or children, and that is paid for by the city. We are currently and would recommend renewing with Mutual of Omaha as they came with no rate change and a 2-year rate guarantee on it.
What we talked about in the meeting the other day, did you get a chance to check on the amount?
We don't have that back yet, so I will come back to you if we can fix that. There is concern over a provision of your life insurance plan that deals with reduced benefits when you hit certain ages, and so we just wanted for the city's consideration to explore a way that maybe everybody wouldn't be hurt as much by the reduction. And so we left our meeting last week, and pending that answer. But for now, we are at 0 rate increase with Mutual of Omaha. If you decided to change that benefit later, then I would just come back to you for a new decision on that. And approve
But
it.
if that's gonna increase it, we probably won't do it.
Right. Okay.
And does the employer still have the ability to buy it if they so choose?
They absolutely do. Also with Mutual of Omaha, we make available for all employees to purchase additional amounts of life insurance. That's actually on page 13 of your exhibit. It's also through Mutual of Omaha. They can buy additional for themselves, their spouse, or their dependent. And the rates are based on the age of the person at the renewal or anniversary of the policy. So those rates did not change, and that coverage we would recommend would still be available for purchase. We also offer voluntary short-term disability coverage for all employees who want it. We currently have 28 people who opt for this coverage. The short-term disability coverage pays 60% of a person's weekly income when they become disabled and are deemed disabled for 2 weeks. It starts to pay, and then it will pay for a duration of 24 weeks. That renewal is also with Mutual of Omaha, and it is no change to the rate.
And that is an employee thing, isn't it?
That's right, it is employee paid. And then voluntary long-term disability is also made available. We have 21 people who opt for the long-term disability coverage. That renewal is also recommended from Mutual of Omaha with no change to the rate. And that's a 2-year rate guarantee. In the home stretch here, each year you pay for a company called Benefit Box to administer the health reimbursement arrangement that I mentioned to you earlier. That funds the last $4,000 of deductible. The administrator is called Benefit Box. All transparency, I own 3 companies. One of them is Brinson Benefits, we're your advisor. And then I also own Benefit Box, so we are your administrator as well. And then also Cobra Charmers is offered with no increase to the price. So none of those fees are changing. They've been locked in probably for several years now without change. Cobra Charmers provides your Cobra administration services. And then on page 17, the question that you had raised is, do we offer a telemedicine benefit? We do through Lyric, and there's also no change on that renewal. We do include not only health-related telemedicine support, but also behavioral health counseling support. And this also comes with an unlimited